the lecture about projecting yourself 5 years in the future as an exercise, not to live in the future, but as an exercise, because I can't roast you. I'm supposed to, but I just don't know you. It's hard to roast people, you know. And I'm not good at insults anyway. I'm good at taking insults. Yeah, and then I have to be pretty frustrated to throw an insult. So, but I can do it. Anyway,
There's a moment of quiet in the drama right now, a kind of pause. But in just 6 weeks, Christine's book, her deeply personal story, is set to be released. And this morning, she shared on Instagram that she's been working on the audiobook. She'll be narrating it herself, and it's slated to launch on September 2nd. Even now, her book is already a #1 bestseller on Amazon in the religious cults category, trending across various topics and showing strong sales. I've got a feeling it's going to become a major hit, possibly even a New York Times bestseller, especially considering her platform from Sister Wives. Much like others who have been brought into the spotlight by TLC for their extreme beliefs, Christine's journey offers a window into a world that, unfortunately, many don't fully understand. The show has unintentionally normalized a way of life built on the oppression of women and children under the guise of a false religion, a religion that insists men must have multiple wives to reach heaven, while women are expected to dedicate their lives to serving them. It's a twisted belief that has been handed down for generations, leaving many trapped. Christine, however, is taking back control. She's been sharing small hints about her book, pieces of her heart and soul that she's pouring into this project. A few days ago, she posted something that really resonated with me. She reflected on a recent trip, not just sharing pictures of the stunning views, but focusing on how truly peaceful she felt. It was so light, so easy to just be myself, she wrote. Love isn't supposed to be confusing. It shouldn't feel heavy or leave you questioning. It's not meant to hurt. You deserve love that feels kind, safe, and steady. It's never too late to believe that kind of love is possible. The hashtag? Life After Hard. Then today, she shared more about the audiobook experience, laughing through the process. Recording my audiobook was way harder and way more fun than I ever expected. I stumbled over lines, laughed mid-take, and had the best time figuring it all out. This book is deeply personal, and getting to read it out loud to you is absolutely surreal. I can't wait for you to hear it on September 2nd. Christine's moving forward. This new chapter in her life is all about encouraging women stuck in polygamy to find the love they truly deserve. The kind of love that's kind, safe, and uncomplicated. The kind that doesn't make you feel like a commodity, doesn't make you feel worthless, or make you second guess your own value. It's about healing and reclaiming your worth. Christine has been hinting at what you can expect from the book, and one theme she keeps circling back to is the inequity within polygamy. She's spoken with David on the show about how for so long, she felt like she was getting the leftovers, scraps compared to the others. She wasn't receiving love unless she met certain standards, unless she behaved how Kody wanted her to be. That's not real love. It's love with conditions, and Christine is done with it. One of the hardest parts for any woman leaving polygamy is the trauma that follows. From my experience, working with survivors, hearing their stories, and diving deep into the subcultures of these cults, it's the emotional wreckage that can be the hardest to heal. They're left broken, struggling to undo the mental and emotional programming that's been drilled into them for years. They've lived in a world that's upside down, where nothing makes sense, where truth is twisted, and they are left to find themselves again. It's a long, painful process, but it's possible, and Christine's journey is proof of that. It's like living in a world where everything is upside down, where the grass is blue and love is something you're taught to misunderstand. Women are conditioned to accept abuse as normal, to never question their reality because it's all they've ever known. The system is designed to keep them trapped, to make them believe they have no other choice. But there's another way, a way out. I remember years ago in a Zoom meeting, hearing from Kristen Decker, Kody Brown's aunt. Her words have stuck with me ever since. She told me, "The only thing I want for Christine is to know that love, real love, exists. Love that's filled with joy, safety, and freedom. I want her to see that what she's been told is love, what she thinks she has with Kody isn't love at all. She deserves the freedom to make her own choices. I just want her to be happy." Those words, so simple yet so powerful, are the same ones Christine is now echoing. But there's a twist to this journey. Christine's story, as much as it's about breaking free, also carries the weight of the past. She's slowly realizing that those who fought for her, those who advocated for her freedom, weren't her enemies. But can she repair the bridges she burned? I don't know. I don't know if it's too late. What I do know is that we can't forget the people who stood by her long before she made the decision to walk away. And while Christine's book can help others find their way out, it doesn't erase the harm caused by her participation in that world. There's a level of responsibility that needs to be acknowledged, a recognition of the damage done, even if it was done under the manipulation of a husband. This process of healing isn't just about Christine moving forward. It's about recognizing the harm polygamy caused, the lives it shattered. The women involved, including Christine, were victims too, but they were also part of the problem. That's hard to swallow. But Christine, by sharing her journey, is showing that there is a way out, a way to heal, to grow, and to understand that even in her desire to help others, she must confront her own role in what happened. There are things she's still learning, things she hasn't quite figured out yet. She's not all the way there, and neither are the people she's trying to help. But is she trying? Yes. Is she trying to make things right? Yes. But it's not going to be easy. It's going to take time, humility, and a willingness to confront the truth about herself and the damage done. This book isn't just about her story. It's about breaking down the walls that have kept others imprisoned for so long. As much as I want to champion her happiness, as much as I want to see her thrive, it's about balance. It's about humility. In her book, I hope we see Christine embrace that humility. I hope she acknowledges her role in the harm caused. And I hope it becomes a tool for healing, not just for her, but for all those she's hurt along the way. In the end, I hope her book is a force that sets everything on fire. The entire concept of polygamy, the lies, the manipulation, the control. Let it burn. Let it all burn to the ground. And as that fire spreads, may Christine and her children find peace, healing, and a sense of safety. May they learn that it's okay not to have all the answers, not to have everything figured out. It's okay to be vulnerable. I hope this book allows Christine to show that vulnerability, to be real with herself and with others. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm holding on to the promise that this book will be raw, honest, and full of the truth she's been carrying for so long. And then there's Kody. Kody Brown has spent his life trying to play the role of a man who's figured it all out. But when I look at him, all I see is someone clinging to a story that's not real, a fictional narrative he's built around himself, based on the character of Ebenezer Scrooge. Every time Kody speaks, he talks about this exercise where you look into the future and figure out what needs to change, what's not working, what do you need to do differently. But the truth is, Kody is living his life based on a fictional tale. And that's the irony of it all. Despite breaking free from the control of polygamy and the restrictive, fundamentalist belief system that had ruled his life, Kody Brown has somehow found himself clinging to a new ideology that is just as fictional and misguided as the one he left behind. The ironic part is that Kody, in his post-polygamous life, has begun to base his actions and philosophy on a fictional character, Ebenezer Scrooge from Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. This character, a miserly, cruel man, is notorious for his greed and inability to care for others. In the story, Scrooge eventually goes through a transformation, but not before causing immense harm through his selfishness and lack of empathy. Kody's use of A Christmas Carol as his life mantra is nothing short of tragic irony. In many ways, Kody is still very much like Ebenezer Scrooge. He has not evolved or learned from the past. His current actions reflect the same tendencies of greed, self-interest, and a lack of basic human decency. He is rude, insulting, and has a pattern of derogatory behavior toward others. He remains fixated on his own needs, disregarding those around him, much like Scrooge. His personality is marked by an inability to treat people with kindness, and his approach to life seems centered on exploiting others to further his own agenda. It's not just a matter of him being self-centered, but it's the broader picture of him taking advantage of those who trust him. For years, Kody's life was rooted in a fraudulent system, a polygamous religion that he knew was both illegal and wrong. He didn't just believe in it, he lived by it, taking full advantage of the excuse it gave him to pursue multiple wives for his own pleasure and ego. It was a selfish system designed to cater to his desires, and in his mind, it justified his behavior. But at the core of this belief system was a fundamental dishonesty, a refusal to recognize the harm caused to the women involved, the children, and society as a whole. Even as he participated in this twisted system, Kody was well aware that it was not just harmful, it was illegal. But that didn't stop him. Now, after leaving the belief system, Kody has pivoted to using his public platform to promote a self-help gimmick. For $150, he's offering people advice based on A Christmas Carol, telling them they should look at their lives and reflect on the next 5 years. He's trying to sell a vision of self-reflection and self-improvement, yet he's incapable of taking any real responsibility for his own life or the damage he's caused. He's fixated on wealth, fitness, and status, areas where he continues to manipulate others for his benefit. His narcissism is evident in his need to control, give advice, and dictate how others should live their lives, even though everything he has promoted for years has been a lie.
What's even more troubling is the lack of accountability for Kody's actions. He hasn't been held accountable for the significant harm he has caused, especially not for the impact his actions had on the women and children who are trapped in the polygamous system alongside him. Kody, like many others who have engaged in this type of abuse, continues to live above the law, while those he has harmed are left to pick up the pieces of their broken lives. The systemic issues surrounding polygamy are even more concerning, given that platforms like TLC have allowed individuals like Kody to publicize their lives, sanitizing their behavior for a profit while shielding them from scrutiny. This false image of polygamy that is projected through television programs is dangerous. It distorts the public's perception of the harm that is truly happening. This glorification of polygamy has consequences far beyond just the individuals involved in these relationships. It has led to the decriminalization of polygamy in the state of Utah, where it's now treated as a mere infraction. This change in law has given men like Kody even more power and influence, emboldening them to further exploit and abuse women and children. The normalization of polygamy has had a ripple effect, contributing to an environment where human trafficking, sex trafficking, and other forms of abuse are being overlooked by the authorities. The legal system has failed to protect the most vulnerable, and until stricter laws are enacted, these injustices will continue. Polygamy isn't just a belief system, it's a system of control, one that allows abuse and exploitation to thrive. Kody's actions are a direct reflection of the system, and as long as laws continue to protect men like him, there will be more victims. It's crucial that we acknowledge this reality, not just for the sake of the individuals involved, but for the future of those who are vulnerable to falling into these same traps. Christine, who has now left this life behind, is a symbol of what is possible when you break free from these systems. But her journey isn't just about her own escape, it's about helping others who are still trapped. Christine, like many others, is trying to help other women understand that they don't have to accept a life of abuse. They're trying to show them that love doesn't have to hurt and that there is a way out. However, even as she advocates for others, she must also face the truth of her own role in the system. There is no easy way to undo the harm that was done, but there is power in acknowledging it. Kody, on the other hand, needs to confront his own past. The fraud, the manipulation, the harm, none of it can be erased by his self-help seminars or the money he continues to make from his platform. Accountability isn't just about apologizing, it's about taking action to make things right, to atone for the damage done. It's about recognizing the harm his actions caused to society and to the individuals who trusted him. It's about acknowledging that his past choices, as much as they were influenced by the system he was in, still had real consequences. Until people like Kody are held accountable for their actions, until the laws are changed to protect victims of polygamy and other forms of abuse, there will continue to be more victims. The road to healing is long and hard, but it starts with truth and accountability. Christine, in her own way, is helping to lead that charge, and I hope others will follow. It's time to burn down the system that has kept people like Kody in power for so long and rebuild it from the ground up. If you've been following this story, I want to hear what you think in the comments below. Please share your thoughts. If you found this video important, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell so you never miss a new video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.